Welcome back. I always say that. Usually I say, and we're back. We are back in person for episode 76.
Good enough.
76. I will take any episode with this person right here. I would like to introduce a new member of the Adventures in Adversity family, Mrs. I was going to say Miss. I was like, Mrs. She's my friend, so I can do that. Mrs. Kendal Anderson.
Hello.
She is a very multifaceted person, but most importantly, I want to first introduce her as my friend. Because I think we're going to get into the fact that she's an author, the fact that she's a physical therapist, she's a doctor, she is many, many things. But I think it would be awesome to start out with just kind of kicking off with, how did we meet? How did we meet? How did we meet?
Jade. Jade's events.
Jade.
It was one of Jade's events.
Jade's events. The retreat wasn't the first time.
We met at the runway?
The runway. The runway show.
Mm-hmm.
Jade.
Yeah.
Okay. So our friend Jade, who we're going to her house for barbecue after this, she runs events and you were there. I was emceeing.
Yeah.
It was my first time doing MC anything. And I remember looking at, and this is a perfect lead in because my first impression of Kendal was, here is this very nice, very calm person, because you're very calm, unlike me. And it was a high stress environment, fashion show. If things were late, Jade was hosting. I was the first time MC. I was like, well, what am I doing? And I remember you being like, I'm going to go check on her. We're going to make sure. We're like, I'm just
check on Jade.
Yeah. So my first impression of you is that you are like, blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are the calm presence in my life. She is one of the top fans of the podcast. I will say there's a select few who just always show me love. And she's one of them. So I'm going to stop talking now. We met, but I do want to reference one thing. You really bonded on your 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And where was that?
We were at the Creekside Women's Retreat.
Women's retreat?
We were up in Mount Hernon at the women's retreat.
Yeah.
And I just happened to have a birthday.
40th birthday with a bunch of ladies.
Yes.
It was your 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And I remember.
And a great retreat.
And do you remember these little guys?
Oh, yes. Jesus was with us.
Little baby Jesus. No, not baby. Pocket size.
Pocket size
Jesus. We're going to put him right here. This was one from the retreat.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it.
He was here. He was there.
Well, and if you've been listening to the podcast, you might have seen that starting in April, the week after that retreat, the podcast started talking about God all of a sudden. So she was part of and I think we'll get to that when we talk about like spirituality. You are in the crew that has helped me kind of just rediscover my relationship with God. And it's just I don't even know. There's too much to talk about with that whole retreat. But you were there. And that's how
I was there. That's how we bonded.
That's how we bonded. Literally.
For sure.
Kendal. Oh, did you see the light flicker there?
Flickered.
This, my friends, is written by Kendal. Congratulations on your first of many. I know she's already got another one in the works. Children's book written by Kendal Anderson, illustrated by, I'm going to have you say your name, Nareen
Bagdasarian.
Nareen Bagdasarian. I recovered.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it.
Now, everyone wants me to be quiet, so I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let Kendal, because no one's here for me. They're here for the guests. Come on. Just fast forward the podcast host. Tell us all about this beautiful book and how it came to be.
Yeah. So the book came kind of out of some frustration. A couple years ago, my baby girl is in 4th grade now, so maybe 1st grade, 2nd grade. And my babies are biracial. They both have different skin tones. They both have different hair textures, and colors. Um, so maybe first grade, second grade, she was getting a lot of pressure and coming home and saying, I want straight hair. I want a different color hair. I don't want to look the way I want to look. And it broke my heart. She has beautiful curly hair. Broke my heart for her at that age to be getting pressure to change. Um, I know it's something we deal with as adults, but we have a little more life experience. Um, as we get older to deal with that,
Yeah.
and to have my baby girl tell me she wanted me to straighten her hair and dye her hair a different color just broke my heart. Um,
Oh, color too,
it
that early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
And
too
not
young,
out of
like,
it's to wanna change your appearance like
w
that, yeah.
why? Like, no
Yeah.
one at that age should even be aware of any of that.
Mhm.
It should just be another person. Um, and my cathartic work through my feelings
Mhm.
is, leave myself talk to text notes, so I can put my phone
That's
down. I think
brilliant, actually.
my quiet time in the morning on the way to work, I will talk to text, and I just kinda just let out my feelings. It was a hard drive to work, and I left it there.
Mhm.
And maybe 6 months later, as I was cleaning out my old notes, I came back across it, and my husband and I have for years joked that, like, there's a lot of really bad books out there, like kids' books, not only poorly written, but, like, the moral of the story isn't
It's
good, and,
just
like,
not a good book.
why would I
Yeah.
read this to my child? Um, and in hindsight, I have to say I had, like, a God moment that said, "Use this and make your own book." Um, and so I kind of took my very rough talk to text
Yeah.
words and tried to formulate them into a kid-friendly book about why being different is
Mhm.
so beautiful and this is how we were made to be. And what if everything in life wasn't different? What if everything was the same? And we just lose
It
so much
Uh-huh.
beauty and so much. The world would be really boring.
It would, and the book is called Different, and when I read it it was last Saturday, we read it at dinner. The cool thing about it so it's called Different. I also wanna show you the back cover, and link in the show notes if you've already decided you're buying it without even hearing it, I can totally understand. The link is in the show notes to where you can order it and all of that good stuff, as well as your website, right?
Yep.
So all of that will be there, but what I think is super cool about it is it's not just like a book about being different, and there's some beautiful dedications. It literally the whole premise of, like, the what if everything was the same, right? And, like, so you what you do is you go through, like, everyday situations, and I remember reading it and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that would be really boring." But you do it in a way where kids can understand. So I'll let you kind of do you have any favorite pages? Or you can would you like to read an excerpt? Would you like to read a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. I'll be quiet again.
Well, this is my favorite.
Did you just turn to your
This
favorite
is my
page?
favorite page, and I just turned through it.
No way.
Um,
God God is working.
what if every meal
Says Jesus.
was exactly the same? I know
Yeah, there you go. Here.
it's pretty boring. There's no color in that.
No.
Most importantly, there's no fruit or vegetables.
No.
Okay,
Very
we're
starchy.
it's boring. It's boring.
The illustrations are
She did a great job.
great job.
And this is also one of my favorite pages. This was one of the first sketches she gave me.
Okay. This is the inspiration sketch?
This is one of her first
Okay.
sketches, this first page, and
Okay.
I fell in love with this. I was like, "You cannot edit this.
These are your people?
This is
Oh, yes, the
what
slugs.
if there was only one type of pet?" They're slugs. I mean, if you're a slug person, awesome. I'm not.
No.
What would happen to cat cuddlers, dog lovers, fish fans, or lizard keepers? They gotta have something for everyone.
You make it relatable to all the things that kids are into, and then but even as an adult, I was like, this you keep presenting all those situations that if there was no differences, it would be very boring and
Yeah.
very
And
weird.
it came from a place of someone calling my daughter out on appearance, but I think for all of us, and especially for kids, to take it to a level of what if there was only one type of pet? What if you only ate the same thing for every meal for the rest of your life. Taking that difference and putting it in a different context, I think helps anybody understand the beauty in the different ways we look,
Mhm.
the different ways we sound. Um,
Well, and the book too, like, tell me about the process. So, the process of writing it initially was the voice note,
mhm.
and then did you find the process of refining it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I am not an author by trade. I am not
She is a
good at
doctor,
the English
actually. We'll get to
language
that.
by trade. I'm very scientific minded. Um, so it was very interesting to like edit, and my sister is much better at the English language than I am. And she'd be like, "You need a comma here, and you need a comma there," and I'm like, "Thank
And
you
you're
for
like,
the commas
"Whatever."
because I would have left
You
them all
it's
out."
no.
Um, it was interesting, and even working with my author as she was developing pictures, um, there was a couple pages that weren't even initially in my rant, I will call it, um, and in my initial notes, and with just being able to work with her and play with the different ideas, we added a page later on about color and just like colors in the world, and her illustration is one of my favorite illustrations as well, and um, it just that collaboration was pretty cool.
The back and forth with the illustrator. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm sure as we were writing it and it was coming to life visually, you're seeing this whole thing, like, you're like, "Whoa," right? Was it
It was
exciting?
amazing and exciting. I was like, "This is kind of real now."
They're like, "This
And
is
this is like
crazy."
and I didn't tell a ton of people that I was doing this.
She didn't
Um,
we saw it, I was like, "What?" But I totally get it.
and, when it actually showed up on my front door on Christmas Eve, it was quite the gift. I didn't think I was gonna get it for another week. Um, it was quite the Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And it was real because I had it in my hands, and it wasn't just this idea or this project I was working on. It was a real thing that I could share with people.
Can you read a few pages?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna just pick off where we left off with the
Yes.
pets.
Yes.
What if everyone did the same job? This would be bad because I'm not good at many things.
No.
Who would make sure that all the different and important jobs were done? What if every car was the same? How would you ever find your car in a parking lot? Plus, it's so much more fun to see all the different cars on the road.
That would be boring. It's all great.
I grew up in a car house, like, we're
You
into
guys are
cars.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my dad was into cars, car
He is cool. Her
shows.
dad's very cool. Shout out to your dad.
Yeah,
Your parents will probably watch
cars are
this.
cool.
"Hi, guys. You're awesome. You raised an amazing child."
They are awesome. What if there was only one type of hair? Differences in hair texture, color, length, style make each individual unique and beautiful. I say this is like
You go into each aspect that could be different, and then you really, like, zoom in on it almost, right?
I tried.
It's
There was lots of rewriting and writing and how do I say this? And this book could have been hundreds of pages of long if
oh,
we had
God,
captured every difference,
it's so hard.
right? But I needed to make it succinct because no child is going to sit through that, and that's my
The
target
attention
audience.
span.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
it's
our
that.
my
It hits
attention
a
span.
lot of the core things that day to day a lot of kids run into.
Yeah,
I think, at least
like
as a parent, I'm
what
hearing
makes it
about.
real for a kid,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
what do they care about? They don't care about what I care about. They care about pets and cool cars and
Yes. Yes.
those types of things. Um, what if we all thought, moved in the same way? So much creativity and perspective would be lost without having different abilities. Which she did a really good job. And again, she was like, I could write
Colors.
100 people. And
I
I was like, yeah, we,
it
but, and we're different abilities. We're good at different things, whether that's a job or being calm or being the exciting person in the room,
yeah.
or
Oh, yes. Yes.
some people are really fast at running and some are really
Oh.
slow at running, and we all have a different place and role with our
By
abilities, right?
design.
Yes, we are meant to
That's what I've
be.
literally just started, and, like, you were actually intentionally designed that way. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yes. You
Oh,
were meant to run fast and I was meant to run slow,
so
and
that you could do this other thing.
because yes, there is a reason why, right? And,
This is great for adults
I
too.
know,
I
we
do you
all
like
need
I'm
this.
like I feel like I'm like,
We
wait,
all
you're literally doing story time with me. I'm like,
story time
I
is
feel
good,
better. I'm I'm the loud one in the room, but it's fine.
but
Okay,
it's
okay.
we all have a purpose,
Yes.
and the things we're good at are
Yeah.
going to serve us in something in life, and the things we're not good at, it's not our
Let other
thing.
people be
Let
good at
someone
it.
else be good at
You
it,
can
and
sit out on that one.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and
It's great.
you surround people who with yourself with people who maybe I'm not great at this, but she's great at this, and together we're a great team. And that's
True.
how the world is meant to be. It was
Very true.
created and designed this way, and you were given what you were supposed to have.
We can talk about who designed it shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, keep going too. Do a few more pages because that's very cool.
What if everyone was exactly the same height, shape, and body size? Who would reach the top shelf or be a basketball star? Who would be a jockey or a sumo wrestler? Differences help us each excel at our own role in life, which is kind of what we were talking about, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's not, this page is a little more about what was seen, and maybe the other page about things that aren't seen.
Uh-huh.
Um, we don't know what it never, not everything's physical, right?
Mm-mm.
Or that we see,
Uh-huh.
but there's, like we were just saying, you were created specifically, like you were created for a specific role, and whether you found that today or next year, or
Takes time sometimes. Some people
you
find it early,
some
some
people
people
find it
don't.
early, and some people it takes you a lifetime to figure out
Yeah.
where that hole, or what is that purpose of this. I'm a really slow runner. Why? And that if that's eating, I don't care. I'm never gonna run.
It's okay.
But if that eats away at you, there's a reason, because it's something else, right? There's another reason why.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
There's so much good artwork in
And
this.
the artwork is beautiful, which kids need the
They
visual.
need that,
Yeah.
absolutely. What if there was only one type of clothes? Which Steve Jobs would say is a good thing, but
I mean,
any different.
I like to express myself based on how I'm feeling.
Exactly.
So,
There's a time
just
and a
saying.
place. How would we express ourselves through different colors and styles of clothes? Look how fun her wardrobe is.
That is cool. She's a colorful
What
colorful Canadian, I was gonna say. Jade.
Jade, what if everyone had the exact same ideas? How much creativity and variety would we miss out on? How many new inventions would not be made? How many adventures would not be taken?
You think of things that aren't just, like, beyond the basic too. You also talk about how many different adventures, different and I'm like, you paint difference in a really, exciting light versus right now when someone feels different, maybe they feel like isolation. You're like, it's immediate shame or
Yeah,
separation,
yeah.
right?
To say different can feel like, oh, I'm
A bad.
different, I'm bad, or I'm different, I don't fit in. And that's
No.
okay, because if we didn't think differently, we would who would have created a computer? If you were in my mind, a computer would never come out, and we would never have a computer, or
No.
whatever that is. You need those different thoughts. You need the different ways people think
Mhm.
to solve problems
Yeah.
in life, to solve a problem in a different way. Maybe my idea is not working for you, but the next person who gives you some advice might
It
have the
works.
right idea
Yeah,
that
yeah,
works
yeah.
for you in this moment. And we need that differences. And again, I try to get in a concise way, um, different reasons why being different on a lot of different levels is good for us and important.
It turns the idea of being different. If you ever had thought it wasn't good, it showcases all the amazing sides with really specific visual examples, and it tells a story, like, where you get like, it I read it last Saturday at dinner. We took the kids, to Walnut Creek, and I remember I was sitting at the table, right? Is that
Yeah,
where I read
yeah,
it?
yeah.
And it was just like, I enjoyed reading it, like, it was really, visual it's nice to hold a book
Yes.
and, like, a good book and, like, hearing the story behind it that it came from your experience as a mom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, What does Amber think of this, of the book?
She enjoys it. She got one as for Christmas since it showed up
Yes.
on Christmas Eve, and she goes,
She's
"Can you
like
sign this for me?
she's like,
I need your signature."
"She was your muse."
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, my son goes, "Can I have one?" He wants his own book. That's where the next one's coming.
So
I was like, "It's for you too." And he's like, "No, it's not.
and the next one is in the
It
works.
is in the works."
So the series
It
begins.
does. We shall see.
Fantastic. No, and this actually reminds me of at our school this week, it was, different abilities week. It was like
Uh-huh.
awareness. So Monday there was 5 different colors that you had to wear just if you wanted to. Red shirt, white shirt, green shirt, blue. And there was one day that was invisible disabilities. There was one that was, like psychological, disabilities, one physical.
Mhm.
So, like, the kids that are in wheelchairs, where if you wore that color, you're just showing that you're in you've got their back. So, um, I was telling my kids on one of the days about invisible disabilities that, like, we talk a lot on this podcast about mental health and just the conditions you have, or the fact that when you walk into school and somebody's, looking different, they might be going through something that day or have a situation at home that's
Yeah.
rough, or they have an undiagnosed condition, or maybe they're taking new medicine that you
You
just
don't
don't
know.
know. So it reminded me when you're like, you have no clue. So teaching our kids early to respond with curiosity and compassion.
Yeah, absolutely. And appreciate our differences, right? Like, brings up a few thoughts on my mind.
Yeah,
So Amber, my oldest, is also we have come to be aware of in the last couple of years, she's dyslexic. Not something you can see. Not
I didn't know
something
that.
Yeah.
I
Um, Not something that we as her parents were even aware of until a little over a year ago. And that is a whole journey, and that's not something that people can see. It's not something that her classmates are aware of, and
ah,
nor do they need to be. But
but it
knowing that that is a
affects
different struggle for her, and that is something that affects how she presents in class and how she carries herself, and she knows that certain things are more difficult for her, um, for so unseen. And then even on for us adults, there's I work in a hospital, and there is sensitivity training that we have to go through every year. And I'd say a couple of years back, they try to revamp it every couple of years to keep it fresh so we don't fall asleep
yeah.
while we're watching it. Um, but it was probably a couple of years ago, and they've kept this piece, which I'm glad they have. It's maybe a minute and a half, 2-minute video, and there's no talking. It is music, but there's little bubbles that pop up next to everyone, and it is, "I just had a baby. My mom just got diagnosed with cancer. I just lost someone." It is just, and it's a video of someone walking through the hospital, and there's negative and there's positive and there's in between, and it's kind of just, like, chilling that, like, you don't know what someone's going through
You don't
at all, whether they're there
ever,
to
even if
work.
they look like they're the happiest
I was
person in
gonna say they could
town.
have a smile on their face, they're there to work, they're not there to work, they're there as a patient, they're not there as a patient. You don't know what each person is carrying every day, and that's silent, whether it's a hard time at home or an internal struggle, or maybe they're ADHD or dyslexic or any number of different learning disabilities that maybe are not visible. Um, so to give people a little grace that, like, not to say that a external something you can see is any easier, but
No,
just to give everybody grace because we don't know what someone is carrying or what they're going through. And
you don't know when you're gonna need it when if you see someone in a situation too, like, they might not have thought they'll ever be in that situation and then something happened, or
absolutely.
a sudden diagnosis, like, it humbles you. Things can turn on a dime,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. It's
so
normal until it's not.
yes,
Yeah.
and do love we're very grateful for the landscaping that we can hear right now in the background.
Yeah. Nature.
Let me just close the window. And I was like, this podcast, if you've been watching regularly, you get all kinds of kid open doors and interrupt. It's just how we roll.
It's real life.
It's real life. And the leaves need to be collected, you know? They
Two
do.
important things
It's extremely important. Not to me, but it's fine.
to somebody.
And I'm just gonna first. I just want to cheer. Whoa! As I was, I feel like God was listening to that one.
Yeah.
I want to. I wish it was like a champagne glass.
We're not that classy.
Sorry,
It's fine.
you know that the excitement is not any less with a Modelo can because I
No.
love Modelo.
Yes.
My dad says it's explaining you're losing. So what I was trying to say is, let me flash this up again. You flash it up proudly. It's yours. Different, written by Kendal Anderson, illustrated by, I'm going to say it, Nareen Bagdasarian.
Okay.
Available for purchase online.
Yes.
It's a beautiful, beautifully illustrated book. Please go check it out. Gift it to a friend. Read it yourself. I think, honestly, it's just a beautiful. I love hearing the story behind it because when you know that it's come out of like a real human experience, it's even more meaningful.
Appreciate
You know?
Yeah. It's special.
Now I do want to. There's guys. She's multifaceted. Okay, if you thought it was just about the book, there's more. Okay. Ooh, see, that was the confirmation. Whenever it flickers, that's God saying yes.
It's here.
Oh yes, sorry. If one day when this is a real studio, we'll have a place for the guests
Perfect.
coat hanger, and we'll have the producer will be like, hey, you can please put your stuff here, and someone will
It's
bring you.
perfect. There's a spot right there.
Someone will now, yeah, like hey, whatever. We were talking about not the training, that you learn not you never know what's going on with people.
Yeah.
Tell me about your job, Dr. Anderson.
So I'm a physical therapist. I work in a hospital, primarily on the ICU and our step down unit. I think I go
Step
everywhere.
down. Is that
So
one
it's
step
in
down?
between
Okay.
ICU is your sickest patients. We have a step down unit, and then there's the medical floors, like a normal hospital floor. That
Oh,
step down is kind of the in between. You're
I didn't
not
know
at
that.
medical floor yet. Um, um, some people call it progressive care, step down
Okay.
units, same thing.
I thought it was actually just regular and then ICU. There's
There's
that makes
3
sense.
levels, and
Okay.
small hospitals maybe don't have all those. We're a pretty big hospital.
Yeah.
And we're a trauma center, a stroke center. So
Birth. I had babies there.
birth center. I don't go there.
Popped out a couple kids there.
I had both mine there. I don't go
No.
there.
You don't go there?
It's not my.
It's not your fave? Oh, right. You don't go to the birth
I mean,
area.
there's moms that need therapy there.
Oh, right.
But
Because because you do
we get people out of bed.
in-hospital
So
physical
I work.
therapy.
I meet you at your bedside.
This makes so much sense.
I come to you, whether you want to get out of bed or not.
They're like, that lady who makes me get up is
I'm
here
there.
again.
It's you. I'm here.
Okay, what's your standard greeting?
It depends on if I can pronounce their name or not.
Okay.
If I cannot pronounce your name, I'm Kendal. I'm your physical therapist today. Or good morning. How are you? I'm Mr. Mrs. So and
Yeah.
so. I'm from physical therapy. It's time to
Okay.
get up.
Okay.
Doctors wants us to get moving. I gotta blame someone else for why I'm there, because then they don't have to leave.
Oh, right.
Someone else told me to come.
Someone told me, and now some people are happy to see you.
Absolutely.
Now, give me the ratio of happy to see you versus not. Does it depend on you're on all 3 floors?
I primarily work on the ICU and the step down unit, which is pretty similar.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's probably
That's
50-50, and it depends on the
ICU
day.
is a different story, obviously, right? But
Yeah.
okay, tell me, and again, I'm all over the place. You know me. We were talking about before how depending on what room you're walking into, you have a set of skills.
Yes.
And you have all your training and you're agile. This would be a false statement. Dr. Kendal Anderson enters the room and treats every patient exactly the same, gives the same energy. False. Why?
I treat everyone the same in the sense that no matter who you are, why you're here, what your story is, you need my services, and you need to get out of bed, and you need good health care. I treat you the same in that. But the energy, a 20-year-old with a femur fracture versus an 80-year-old with a UTI or an 80-year-old with a femur fracture, they're tough. need different energy. And how I enter the room, how my tone of voice, my
Volume.
volume, the words I might have to scream for the 80-year-old. Maybe I don't have to scream for the 80-year-old. Um, my If it's an 80-year-old, Mrs. So and so, different. And not that I'm going to be disrespectful to the
No,
20-year-old,
but
but there's a
different
different
generational. You have
generational.
to read
You have to read the room. What does
quickly
this? Yes, very.
within 4
Is this
seconds.
person a jokester? Do they not want to hear my jokes? I have some great hospital jokes, but not everyone wants to hear that,
I want
right?
hospital jokes. The cheesier, the better.
Say Tuesday. No free shows. I will cover your backside. I've got you. Uh, if
See, I need someone to make a joke when you're like,
And there's a time and a place, and a joke lightens the situation, and they're
ah,
stupid, and I know they're stupid, and
but
that is okay. But there is a room that I walk into, and I'm like, this is not the place for me to have a joke. Whether it is the patient, the family, the mood in the room,
you feel it.
you have to be able to read that when you walk into a room. And or if I lay a bad joke and no one laughs, I have to pivot. Okay.
Oh, hey, I'm
And
gonna
we just
go get
let's
some
get out of
more.
bed.
Sometimes you swing and miss, and that's
100%,
okay.
but you do have to have the ability to
Pivot.
pivot to,
It's the quick pivot.
"Okay, so this is a serious situation. Let's do this, let's do that." And joking and light, like, I know nobody wants to be in the hospital. No one is
Nope.
excited about being I get paid to be there, you do not. You don't wanna be there. Even if it was an elective surgery that you chose,
It's
you're still
still
ready to go home.
you're still trying to get to a different state
Yes.
than you're currently in.
Yes, and I was saying I meet a lot of people in a position that they did not choose to come to the hospital. They're in the ICU. There was an accident. There was, or they had a stroke, or they did not choose. And um, got to be able to kind of meet them where they are, in a good place or a bad place,
Ooh.
um, and just kind of move forward in a positive note.
What have you learned about being a someone who's caring for somebody who in a almost like what advice do you have to somebody who is shepherding someone through adversity, whether it's through physical to the doctors out there, to the caretakers of the parents at home, to the mom with her newborn baby, to the friend with the depressed friend or the friend with the depressed husband or what either way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What what do you how do you know what are some things that come to mind that are like essentials for your job to caretake like that to
It is tough. It is tough to caretake, and there's you don't always realize what you bring home. And I'm very lucky. I do not have to bring my work home in the physical sense.
yeah.
Um, but there are days I come home very tired, right? And worn out. And I go into round two with my kids and I'm like, I got nothing for you. I have nothing for you. Mommy is done. I can't take a why. I can't take a
It's
it's
yeah.
and I don't always do this well, but some awareness and asking for, hey, I need 10 minutes where no one asks me anything. I need to go hide in the bathroom because that's the only place no one will leave me alone. Don't bug me for 10 minutes. I will come right back. Um,
Overstimulation.
yeah, yeah. And hospitals are noisy places, eh,
Oh,
right? There's
machines and
dinging, there's alarms going
oh,
off.
the constant
There's
monitoring.
constant things. There's always noise. So it can
Yeah.
be and for family members and for patients alike, it is I joke with patients, but not really joking, that is not a place to rest. You do not go to the hospital to take a nap because 'cause you're not gonna get one. It is noisy, there are people checking on you, someone's taking your vitals at 2 AM,
Oh, yeah,
but you're at the hospital, you're ill, they need to
you're
check
in
your
ac
vitals at 2
yeah.
I mean, even on the medical floors, like, people are checking on you in the middle of the night, and that is not normal for your sleep cycles, and, like so whether you're a staff member or a family member or a patient, creating space and being able to say, "Hey, I need 5, I need 10, I need some space, I need a moment, I need to reset."
So
Um,
you can offer the best care too.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just
And I'm sure some days you do that better than others, but like
100%. There's
any
days
human.
I'm on and I leave and I don't feel jaded at all, and there's days 30 minutes in, I'm like, "I'm jaded as heck today." Like,
Yes, because you
take a deep
see
breath.
you know, you're literally you know that you're walking into adversity.
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Hi, I'm here to help you through adversity." And then the physical therapy, and I am my slice of adversity is
My
physical therapy, and your family's slice of it is supporting you and loving you and, like, sitting by whoops, as I fall over, sitting by your bed.
yeah,
Because when someone's in the hospital, they need a team,
yes.
and you're a key player on that team.
Say you need everybody. You need people.
Do you have some, stories or anything that comes to mind of, like, patients that you'll never forget for whatever reason, like, how they or just some things that come to mind with, like, stories that inspired you or anything really when I say that? Is there a person or a couple people that pop into your mind?
Um, there's always there's great stories that
You can't tell them.
there's
Yeah. She's like, "I can't,
there's
but there was this one person who made me
but
th"
I would say it is very interesting to see how different people handle or don't handle adversity.
Ah,
Um,
you watch them.
yeah, yeah. There are people who, from my standpoint, as someone who works in healthcare, are here for a very minor thing. And to them, it is like, I'm never gonna leave this place.
It's
Like, no,
over.
you have a splinter and I'm exaggerating.
But
You have a splinter in your thumb. We're gonna pull it out, we're gonna put a Band-Aid on it, and you're gonna go home. And there are people who that is just, I'm never gonna use my hand again.
go worst
Life is
case scenario.
over. And again, I'm making this up and
No.
exaggerating, but then there are people who have to have their skull cut open and a piece of their brain chunked out, and then the skull put back on, and they've got a dream coming out of their head, and they are happy, and they
Really?
can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they have and it's not always just having other people, like, um, there's a young man in the ICU just this week who has been here 3 times, and his family and him are just the most joy-filled,
The best.
best people, and they find some light in even a dark moment. "Hey, we're back," but they know all the nurses, and
They're
they're
making the best of it.
I would say, patient is moving well enough that the other day he's walking in the hall, and he is waving at people and making and saying hi and stopping, and we have therapy dogs at work, and he is
Oh.
making sure he says hi to them, and just it's interesting to see because his why that person is here, I could imagine that being very, like, "Woe is me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I'm gonna do," and I would respect him for having
Because it's serious.
that it is
Yeah,
a
y
serious thing, and his family, I could respect them having a lot of frustration and not being as kind to everybody because
sure.
in my head, could see myself in that scenario
Like,
being very stressed
you're
out.
not in the mood for that
Absolutely,
yeah,
but then I see people with a splinter in their thumb, and it is like end
the
of world,
worst.
and it's interesting seeing and I hope I learn from my patients that handle things and their families have a lot of grace for people and do find the light in a situation that I might not even be able to see it in, um, versus those that don't handle adversity so well. And I don't mean I think life preps you or doesn't prep you well for that,
Yeah.
like, depending on what you've had to go through.
Uh-huh. And then, like, it's so interesting that you see that because you must see a range of coping, ways that they're coping every day from room to room.
Yeah, yeah,
And then the next day, a whole new set. And
absolutely.
then, do you I mean, the research is there. It's not that a positive mindset is gonna fix everything, but it sure as hell is gonna help,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and it's what's the, saying, like, "You attract more flies with honey," and not to say that people aren't warranted to have bad days. I have bad days, and I know I try not to bring that to my patients, but I know there are days I'm a little more salty than I should be.
Sure. Yeah.
We all have bad days, but if realizing that I'm maybe in a not so great situation, but, like, having some joy, finding a positive, having being grateful for the people that are there to help you
Yeah.
is, I think good for your own mind and soul, and it serves the situation better
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
everybody.
And the way that you think about your patients, I wonder if, again, very different, but when I encounter guests, I was telling Adam last week that you live rent free in my mind for the next week in the best way. Every guest for a week after I interview you, you are my new, like, little you're sitting on my shoulder. And so I feel like you have these experiences with people, or you see someone handle adversity, or you go, "Wow, that guy is in a really bad, spot, and he just told me a joke, and he's trying to make the best of a shitty situation where he's in
Yes.
pain."
Yeah, yeah.
And then you see another so for me, I could go where someone's complaining about something, and probably me, and then I think back to all my guests, and I'm like I was on a walk this morning, and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever you're worried about, it's not as hard as remember that." Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Not that it's not
perspective.
valid, it's just okay, but I'm pretty sure you can come back from what you're thinking because remember he did,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had a lot worse.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's not a comparison train,
It's
right?
just
It's just
inspiration.
yeah, absolutely. It's realizing that, yeah, this situation's shit, but I'm gonna be okay and I can be okay and God is gonna make a way and I'm gonna learn from this. This is gonna serve me later in life. Is it tough right now? Yes.
Yes.
And there are people who can help me because they have been through it. And that is why those people went through those things because they can now help you in your struggle. And meeting other people who have been through more adversity, or in my case, meeting people who are in pretty scary situations in the hospital, it gives me perspective. And not to say that I don't have my woe is me moments,
We all do.
but there I can walk into out of a room and be like, I need to go home and be thankful for what I have today. Like there is, and that's good and that's healthy. It's
It's like, your feelings just wanna be seen and processed. Like, they pass in time.
yes,
Even though, like, not to minimize, like, grief and all that stuff is real, but, like, for me, momentary frustration, if I'm like, "Yeah, okay, like, you're really pissed," like, it needs to be seen, and then it sort of tends to dissipate if you look at it.
yes. Name it,
Name it.
name
That's the
it.
thing.
Like say it, name
"Wow,
it.
I'm feeling really pissed."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's a lot of situations where
You should
you
be.
should be pissed. You should have that. S- Thank you for processing your emotions. It's when we bottle them up that we have more problems, right?
I
Like
only just started processing.
it's hard to process your emotion.
Um,
And to have people around you
it's
who
the
will
hardest
let
thing I've ever
you,
done.
and to have people around you that will support you in that, right? It's
That that is who also want you to process them, want you to be yourself, and then they're also working on themselves. Because if
and we'll
you're
be
all
truthful with you.
you'll be like, "Hey, remember I thought you were working on that thing?" You're like, "Right,
Yeah.
fuck."
And yes, that's really shitty, Brie,
Are we gonna
but you
live
have a
there?
you have a roof over your head today, so
Totally.
like yeah.
It
And again, not to minimize, I hear
but it could
your
always be
struggles,
worse,
but it
pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah,
And if it does get worse, I'm here. Or whatever that next step is. There's
it's a series of challenges.
absolutely.
Now, to bring this guy who is sitting here, we've talked about how Kendall is a fantastic author. Again, reminder, see, I'm learning how to become a podcast host. Throughout the show, I like to remind people of what the next step here, and it is to go check out her book in the show notes. See, he reminded me to say that. He's like, before you talk about me, can you just remind him to go buy the book for your children, nieces, nephews, all the people. Um, I want to talk about. So we talked about the book. We talked about your job adversity. It seems like there might have been, if I'm guessing, he might have inspired a little bit of this, and so I'd love to hear about your faith journey,
Yeah.
how it started for anyone who's out there considering faith. Maybe they might even have a misconception of Christian faith. What's your faith story?
Yeah. I we grew up in like a we went to a preschool that was like tied to some
Christian
church, like some
Christian preschool,
Christian
yeah.
based church. And then we didn't really go to church after we left there until maybe junior high, and my sister and I made some friends who went to a church, and my parents kind of just tagged along with us. I think we started going to, like, Wednesday night Bible studies.
Central California.
Yes,
Yes.
Central
Just for
California,
worldwide listeners to know.
which is the Bible Belt of the California,
Oh, is it?
100%.
The Bible Belt of California. I've never heard that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's why you're so awesome.
Central California is a little bit like Central US. It's
The
agriculture.
best people.
I'm a fruit snob. Side note.
Oh, it's literally where like the world gets their fruit.
I grew up in it. I'm a little bit of a fruit
You are
snob.
salt of the earth, soil. You're good
Yes.
soil. Okay, sorry.
There's lots of cows where I'm from.
Yes.
Good dairy. Again, it's very tangential. But I was very involved. Junior high, high school. If there was an event, I was there. I got a good base of Bible learning, morals,
Yeah. Community.
community.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah. I left for college to San Diego. My favorite place.
Another great part of California. Amazing.
Just got to check it all out.
She's a California queen.
Yes. Try all the areas.
Dr. Queen of California. Author Dr. Queen of California. That's your new name.
I'm going to sign that now.
That's your new name.
I did not connect well there with a Christian organization.
Okay.
I went to a few, I think it was Campus Crusaders or something like that. I'm probably saying it wrong. I just did not find my place there. I lived my college years. I
Hey,
experienced life.
we all did. We all do. No, I'm kidding.
I went to grad school in LA, and I did nothing but grad school in
grad school party.
That was my life in grad school.
Yeah.
Remember, forget, remember, forget.
Don't know anything about anything that you're talking about. Never did that.
No,
Never.
But it was in that time I met my husband.
Shout out to your hubby.
Today is his birthday.
It's his birthday today. Yay! Happy birthday, Irv.
And
he's going like this right now.
I know.
Rude. No.
He will.
No.
If he listens
to me,
this.
not to you. No, you better listen.
No, he's going to shake his head to both of us. Don't worry.
Okay.
It'll be to both.
Okay. Cool. Well, you better listen to this. I'm quizzing him.
Please do.
I will.
Yeah, I met him. He was a Christian guy. And I always still, you can ask my best friend, like, even in undergrad when we were death studying in the middle of the night and we needed like a cognitive break, we'd be like, okay, what do you want in a guy? And we'd be like making lists, and like a good Christian guy always made my list.
Like a solid, because
yes, the surfer was there, and he's not my surfer, but that's okay.
It's all right.
He knows it.
He's a basketball star.
That's right.
And coach. Even better.
But it was always there. I had that. I'm very thankful for the years I had in the church that I had good morals. I had a compass.
Compass, that's the key.
I knew who Jesus was. I knew what he did for me.
Uh-huh.
Even though I was kind of in the stage of doing my own thing. But yeah, we didn't really I didn't get back into going to church. We got married in San Diego.
Yep.
After I was in LA, I moved to San Diego for my first job. We had taken a break at that point and then got back together.
Yeah.
We got married in San Diego. We moved up here. I'm very blessed. I can work pretty much anywhere. And at that time, San Diego had just downsized a bunch of schools, and they were not hiring. If they were hiring back the teachers they had just let go, rightfully. And he had moved from DC.
Yeah, he's a DC guy.
To San Diego. So jobs in San Diego for teachers were not the hot spot. He did grad school up here. He did school up here. And so he had a lot of connections up here, people-wise, and the Bay Area had jobs. So we moved up here, and we had good friends who went to Creekside, where we go now. And
shout out.
Creekside.
We go there. She adopted me into Creekside.
And
thank you, Jesus.
That would say, so he's like, Jesus.
Every time. He's like,
he's here. He started going there because my first job up here was actually Wednesday through Sunday. lovely. I needed my foot in the door at a hospital, and I got my foot in the door in the hospital. I did my time.
We all pay our dues.
That's right. But then once I slowly shifted to a normal
Yeah.
work week. Um, but he started going
So
because his
yeah.
friends were there,
Okay.
and then I
This was
saw the
before kids. You guys
yeah, we
before
went before
kids.
kids. And then I started going on Sundays when I had them off. And it was just the pastor that was there at the time was such just a
I heard it was amazing. Yeah.
Bible teaching. I thought I knew a lot about the Bible. Um,
I've been in a Bible study with her. She's like the star student. You just know a lot because
say I can
yeah.
remember factoids,
Yeah.
but just he taught things in a different way, and a very like, "This is what it says. Here's context to what it says. Here's what it meant in the
That
world
time.
that it was written in. Here's a" it was like little history, and I'm not a history buff or, like, I never really enjoyed that class, but the way he taught the Bible was very like, "This is
His gift from the
historically what
That's so
was going
important.
on," and it is so important to understand the Bible and who was the story written to and what was the purpose of it. Um, so I really enjoyed, and I've grown immensely in my faith and understanding. I still have so much to learn and so much to understand that is well above my head.
Yeah.
Um, but it had really opened up and like reconnected my importance of
Mhm.
Christian community. 'Cause
Mm.
I'm a human and I'm gonna mess it up and I'm gonna do something wrong and I'm not gonna understand it. I'm gonna misinterpret it, and you need other people around you to help you be like, "Kendall,
No, that's not what the
that's
Bible said.
okay. You were reading what you want to hear into that, Kendall. Stop it."
Because
And
totally,
that's
we
and
all do that.
we all do
Ego,
that. Ego does that. Religion, unfortunately,
religion.
has done that. People take a verse and make it say what they want it to say. They don't take the verse and the whole chapter in the
Uh-huh.
context of who and why and the what it was written in and the time it was written in. And if we don't have all those other pieces, I can take a sentence and make it mean a lot of things, unfortunately. And I think a lot of religion has gone down that this is what I want it to say.
Mhm, and
Um,
very rule-based judgy,
yeah, instead of
right?
this is what it really is and what it really means. And I have to take ownership of myself to be like, the more I learn that I have to learn and do my own research of what does this really mean? Okay, I hear this. Thank you for that input.
Mhm.
Now let's read it and kind of figure out what it means for real.
Yeah,
And maybe that person was spot on, but it is my job to
discern,
discern myself, right? And
totally.
have the knowledge or the where can I pull from other people who are knowledgeable or have some historical background that I can
Mhm. One, thing I remember Amethyst taught us too is that, like, not until recently did I really think about, yeah, like, why is the Bible so formal and like this and rural and cattle I mean, not I knew, but she was like, really think about the time period and like the fact that when you miss something or it's like, oh, Jesus appeared to was it Mary Magdalene?
uh-huh.
Even if I messed it up, it's okay.
It's okay.
Even if I said like he appeared to Joseph, you'd be like, no, but God loves that you tried to
An
remember.
angel appeared to Joseph.
True.
Sure.
But like, when you make mistakes, it's cute. God's like, oh, you're so cute when
You tried.
you tried.
You tried. I'll
I'm a
take it.
I'm a Catholic raised born again baby Christian who's now a walking toddler. I just transitioned to real shoes. That's where I'm at. So
It's a good place.
and
There's
she
a lot of
helps me
learning
when
that
I fall
happens, right?
down. She's like my older babysitter. Even though I'm older than her, I'm you're older than me in the baby Christian and Christian. All right, see, this is my brain. Um, she was saying like it was so significant that he appeared to a woman because in that context, women in society were bottom of the barrel, right?
Mhm.
They were just kind of owned and
They weren't allowed to go to synagogue. They couldn't listen to
you
teachings.
just couldn't learn. You were just there to like birth and
Yeah, yeah. You had a purpose, and so the fact that Jesus spoke and ministered and taught to women is huge.
And
Respect.
and I didn't grow up knowing, not I don't know why I didn't learn this. I've already did an episode on some issues I have with all religions, but just Catholicism, it didn't emphasize to me in my particular, I didn't know that, like, when you watch The Chosen or you learn about the Bible, he had some women that were his close buddies too, and they were like his besties were his disciples, right? To really dumb it down for people like me. Um, but some really core women who actually financed his ministry. I'm like, wait, what? Where do we miss that?
So yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't tell you,
But like that
but it's there.
women, he was
There
trying to
was,
show that women were awesome
yeah, absolutely.
more than just birthing.
Yeah, there was.
They weren't giving birth when they were walking with him teaching, right? They were.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another question for you about your faith. Do you ever foresee in any of your books coming up writing about faith and kids and how
Maybe.
to, I mean,
I'm gonna go write these ideas down
see,
later. I love it. I'm taking in the ideas. I have got a running in my
it's,
sticky notes. I have
you
the
have
running list
that's
of like ideas.
things.
I was journaling yesterday, this morning. I don't know. I have no sense of time.
It's
I'm a
all a blur
mother.
when you're a mom. You live
Um,
in from activity to activity.
100%.
Yeah.
But I was journaling, which I try to do. It's kind of my quiet time before anyone wakes up in the
In the
morning.
morning. That's your secret.
It's
Early
like
time in the morning. Uh-huh.
no one else is awake.
You
Just do
have
my own
to.
thing.
Yeah.
But like, I usually try not to stop what I'm doing, otherwise I'm gonna run out of time or get distracted. But a thought came to me, and I don't even remember what it is right now. But I jotted it down in my thing, my little notes, and it's like, okay, this is an idea, and when it will come to be, it
Plant the seed.
yeah. Never thought I'd be an author, but it has opened a avenue of opportunity I didn't know it was there, and I'm working on a second one. I want to write, and I have a very rough.
Okay.
Um, there's an editor out there. I told you English is not my thing.
Okay.
Editor. Um, found
Okay.
an editor. I
I'm an editor.
put together some a devotional to go with my different book.
Which she has given me some beautiful devotionals.
Um,
I have them
so
all over there.
I have found some verses and kind of scribbled some thoughts, and I want
Oh,
trying to organize it into like a a short devotional and hopefully targeted towards kids, to go
different. The
next to
devotional.
my different book, and then I'm working. My son was, like I
Kids
said,
devotional.
mhm, so okay.
Perfect.
So those the my one that my son has requested and the maybe a devotional for that are in the works. But then I'm jotting down ideas for other ones. So
Well, good thing that she and I are going to a barbecue tonight together. So we get to debrief on all the ideas because all of a sudden they're flowing. And this is actually like when I post stories for this, because by the time they hear this, they will have been seeing stories about it and reels. And I'm going to tease my awesome friend here. Um, uh, Shoot, where was I going? I lost the train of thought when I was being dumb. What was it? I was trying to be cute and I lost my
different
train of thought.
ideas.
Different ideas. Oh, when I tag it in my little highlight thing, this will go in. Well, yes, for the specific kids corner.
Hmm.
And I eventually would like to have kids come on, maybe even older kids if they're whatever, talk about bullying. Maybe we even have like a panel with kids, maybe bring on just people who work with kids, kids therapists, because I think what you're talking about in the book, we have books, then talk about these books, then talk about what are kids actually experiencing, especially with new media,
Yeah.
all of that, right? Like, I hope social media can shine light on the differences and celebrate, like, oh, how cool. Like, you see the world through different eyes when you look at people's accounts, right? The
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, look how you see this spaghetti. Oh, look, this is the most beautiful picture of spaghetti I've ever seen. Like, it's artistic.
Yeah.
It's just all the different lenses. So that was just me rambling, saying, I'm getting all these ideas for Kids Corner
Love it.
through what you're saying in the series of things. There could be so many ...
That's
before
all.
that.
Yeah.
Different ... like, I'm thinking animated series.
All right.
I mean, come
Okay.
on. Let's go
Let's
right
go.
now.
I should
Tomorrow.
retire at some point.
It's gonna come out tomorrow.
I love it.
Okay?
Yes.
No, I see some things happening here. Kendall.
Great.
Wow, just right at an hour. Look at this beautiful plant. Um, we talked about before this, touching on obviously the book, being a mom, raising kids, faith. Any other thoughts on adversity that you would like to, like, one day when your kids listen to this, when they're, and like maybe even 50 years from now when your kids listen to this, when we're all around, what advice do you have for anyone listening? Because you have really good life advice. You're a very calm, wise person.
My kids
No, she is to me. She's my
my
she's
no,
my, like, calm.
I I think as much as adversity can suck in a moment, I think it's prepping you for something in life. I and it w you might not ever see that come to fruition, the why of something, um,
Ah. Mm.
but you might have a ripple effect, or you might have planted a seed in someone in a conversation you had that you will never see again. You will
You'll never know.
you'll never know, and a struggle you had, you are even
Even
venting is
venting.
cathartic. That my notes is my cathartic venting. If I don't have someone I can call at 5 in the morning,
You get it
I
out.
get it
That's
out.
so smart.
And but venting to a friend at a coffee shop,
Yep.
you are 50 years from now, you have overcome and you're telling someone a story. You might have planted a seed and you might not know that that seed you planted or that comment you made or that piece of encouragement you gave to someone affected them into their story. So not to downplay adversity or it's like I pray that the struggles my daughter is having with her dyslexia or the struggles that she has had in people telling her what she should look like
Yeah.
will build her confidence. And that way, whether it is someone else she knows or her own children at some point, to be able to tell them a story or give them encouragement. So whatever you're going through can be really hard and not to downplay that. But I think there is a reason. There's a reason we're all different. We were created differently. We were created to have whatever struggles reach you in life or whatever struggles reach me in life. It is how we react and how we overcome
Wow.
things that I think mature us and prepare us for the next thing. And I think as much as it might not be fun in the moment, I think we're all stronger for it.
It's not in vain.
No, there's a
It's
reason, and unfortunately, we might not ever know or see the reason, but I think there is a reason.
maybe we see it when we're up with this guy.
Yes.
And we'll be like, "So, what was
Ah,
that about?"
why?
Well, like,
Children's
"Really?
favorite
Was that
question.
necessary?" And he's like,
Why?
"Yes." I'm like, "Well, it sucked. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
That sucked."
He's nodding
He's like,
on.
"I don't really care. You're
But
here now.
do now
You're
you
here
see?
now.
But now
You're
you
here now."
see. Do you see
He's
now?
like, "Did you get here or not?"
It worked out,
But I
okay?
almost did it, okay?
It all worked
I
out,
almost did.
but you did.
See, God has a sense of humor, I will tell you that.
He
No,
does.
that is a beautiful way, I think, to end. As I hear the pitter-patter of our amazing children upstairs, I'm, like, reminded how lucky we are to be able to just, like, as women, talk and share our experiences as mothers. And again, can you please grab the book so I can flash it on the screen again? In my fancy studio, it was sitting on
There
the
was a place
ground.
for it. There was a place for
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't on the ground or
No, no,
anything.
no.
Different. Please, please check it out in the show notes. Kendall, I'm like super, you know, when a friend says I'm proud of you, it's not that I'm like your mom. I'm not your mom. Your mom is awesome. See, God wanted to emphasize that. Super proud of you for doing this. This is going to live on for your grandkids are going to read it. I just got chills down my body. That means God is down with that. Um, And I just wanted to thank you as well. For those of you who don't know Kendall, when I was nervous about going back to church, just because I thought I was going to like burst into flames when I walked in, because I felt like I was going through some stuff and I felt a lot of shame. And I just was like, oh man, these women are not going to like me. I'm a lot, you know? I am a lot, but turns out they did like me.
Yes.
Because they actually, you actually follow what Jesus teaches. Like you have standards, but I never feel like judged by you, even when like, I've had some weird stuff happen. And Jade, Rhonda, Amethyst, all the girls in the Bible study, Christianity is actually what people like you are. And I just want you to know that because you helped bring me back into God. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, that was really good.
And I'm getting chills, and she is the walking, talking example. If you've ever had a bad experience with it, just come talk to Kendall, read her book, and you're like, oh, that's what Jesus, he's like nice, like cool, like
This is a
that.
good guy.
But you'll keep it real. You don't bullshit. She's not going to go like, you have a way of delivering it where I'm like, I'm not even mad at her. Like, it's just, Anyway, so that's how I close an episode, is just telling you how awesome you are. Different on shelves now.
Yeah.
It'll be on your shelf as soon as you order it.
Yeah.
Duh.
End of the month.
End of month. Yeah. Order it when you see this, and then it'll be on your way. Episode 76. I think God is going to do some amazing things with this one. And I know that something that you said triggered someone around the world to face adversity and know that they can get through it.
I like it.
So thank you for that.
Awesome.
And with that, we're out because I don't know how to close things properly. I just talk, and this is what we do. It's really cool and fade out.